Perpetual licensing from Microsoft and going through and explaining that new licensing model. Mary Truist, I'm part of the business development team here at KTL. Tim Lally, the president of KTL, is going to be presenting today. Just to let you know how the webinar is going to run, everyone is currently muted. We do record these presentations so you can watch them later. Feel free to submit any questions into the chat box. We'll be monitoring those and answering all questions at the end during our Q&A section.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, for taking time out of your busy day. So we put together this presentation because there's always been a lot of questions from our clients on what is the difference with the licensing model as it has progressed through Microsoft. Some of our clients started out with the modular-based pricing, then it went through business essentials and advanced management. So we thought we'd put this together so people would understand once they migrate to the next version, what they're getting in the product. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, what happened to the perpetual licensing modules, starter pack, extended pack, customization pack, what are those? So what is the dynamic licensing? So basically the dynamic licensing determines which modules you have access to and how many users can access the system. So to determine what license you have, first of all, you can check what your customer source account says, or if you're not our partner, who your current partner is, to define what your current pricing system is. So the licensing that they've had over the years is first they started off with modular-based pricing, and that was basically you bought users and different modules in the system to make up your dynamic system. Over the years, they transitioned to another licensing module called Business Essentials and Advanced Management, which give you two levels of licensing. Business Essentials for the smaller organizations that need less functionality, less entry point as far as the pricing was, and then you had Advanced Management that had a broader licensing. And then they transferred up now recently, starting with GP 2013, the perpetual licensing model. So this is the three modules that I was talking about. So standard and professional, that was the old modular-based pricing. Business ready, which was business essentials, groupings of functionality existed in those two. And then some of the modules still had to be purchased via a la carte, such as Smart List Builder and things like that. The perpetual now is sold in packs, and you get a lot more functionality included in the perpetual licensing than you would say you start out with business essentials if you're on that licensing model now. So some of the functionality that has either been sunsetted or renamed, you have FRX has been sunsetted, so that has been replaced by Management Reporter. So anybody that's coming off of GP 2010 will have to migrate up to Management Reporter. There are conversion utilities in that, so speak to your partner about what will convert and not convert. It's not a 100% conversion. So some of the things that you did in FRX doesn't transfer over to Management Reporter. Business Portal has been decommissioned. So if you're currently using Business Portal, once you migrate up to the newest versions, that will no longer be available. They are now using their new web client to allow essentially non-Great Plains users access to the system. So they developed a licensing model for those types of users, and they're building a variety of applications that are considered employee-facing. Collections management has been transferred back to the original developer, Professional Advantage. So the product still exists. It's just not being maintained by Microsoft anymore. So if you're currently on an enhancement plan for collections management, it got transferred back to Professional Advantage, and they are now maintaining that product. And there's another one also, Smart List Builder from E1 was also transferred back to them. So if you're currently a Smart List Builder user, you'd be paying an enhancement to them starting about 1.5 years ago when they transferred that back to that company. And the reason why they transferred that one back is because Microsoft, starting with 2013, built their own Smart List Builder utility within the product. So if you're currently using Smart List Builder, you don't want to maintain an enhancement fee, speak to your partner or us, because there are functional differences between the two products that you should be aware of if you're thinking that you can do without paying that enhancement fee. So the perpetual licensing module basically is based on packs. There are 3 packs in the functionality. So the first is the starter pack. So when you buy your first user with Great Plains, you get the starter pack. And the starter pack includes a number of modules that most organizations need without the need to buy additional functionality. With GP now, you start with a minimum 3 users. You used to be able to start with 1 user. So it's 3 users, the starter pack, a lot of functionality out of the gate. Then they have 2 additional packs called the extended pack and the customization pack. The extended pack allows greater functionality like distribution management and things like that, and the customization pack is integration tools, developer tools, and things like that. There really are no more a la carte modules available, so you just have the 3 packs, very simple, more value for the dollars you spend on the product. So in the starter pack, as you can see, there's a ton of functionality, and if anybody remembers the Business Essentials and the module-based pricing, you'll probably notice that there's a lot of modules in here in the starter pack that was considered additional modules. For instance, payroll. So if you are using payroll, you had to buy that in the previous modules, and now it's unlimited employees. They don't have the different levels of number of employees. You automatically get human resources, so that's a value. So if you're currently on GP 2010 with the Business Essentials or Advanced Management, you immediately get all this additional functionality with the product. If you're looking to buy Payroll Connect under GP 2010, you may not want to purchase it because you get that with this upgrade into perpetual licensing. So there's a lot of functionality that you can embrace now if you're currently on Great Plains, simply because you're paying your enhancement fees. One of the nicer things too as well is the Unlimited Management Reporter user license. Some of our clients, would like the ability to allow all the users or department heads to be able to see their financial statements, and that was a cost to buy those additional users. Now that piece is unlimited. The extended pack adds additional functionality for those companies that are looking for manufacturing, distribution modules, advanced picking, things like that. Some of those supply chain management modules were considered the advanced distribution modules. So if you're currently using SOP, manufacturing, any of those types of distribution type functionality, you instantly get into the extended pack. So you get all of these modules automatically. It's not an additional fee. But once again, talk to your partner to see if there is any type of transition fees. But most organizations, you have that protected price list. So you would get all of these unlimited, all these modules available to use in the system, as well as Microsoft Forecaster, as well as a budgeting tool if you choose to use it. So a lot of functionality here in addition to what you're currently using. If you're in GP 2010 and you're using sales order processing, you're getting a lot of additional functionality that you can use out of the gate. The customization pack, once again, you get all of these additional features in the customization pack, as well as the extended human resources and payroll. So if you're using integration, or at some point in time you bought Integration Manager to use in your system, and you didn't buy any of the customization tools, you didn't buy Modifier, you instantly get the customization pack. There is an additional fee for that, as well as some of these other new capabilities as far as extended human resources, payroll, and things like that. So benefit self-service, that's new. Don't know too much about that. That's part of the employee self-service that is replacing the business portal applications. Once again, that's going to be with it through the web client that they'll be delivering via Silverlight right now. And when GP 2015 R2 comes out, it will be all rewritten into HTML5. So that's pretty exciting technology that they're going to be coming out in the next 6 months. So upgrading, you have to upgrade in order to take advantage of the perpetual licensing. So if you're not ready to upgrade and you think you're not going to upgrade for a while, and there's a module that you need to purchase for your GP 2010, don't switch to perpetual licensing immediately. And this is the reason why. It's because if you do, you can't buy licensing under the old version. So if you're thinking you're going to go to 2013 or 2015, and you tell your partner we're ready to go, they have to actually run a process with Microsoft to transition you to Perpetual. Once that's done, and you were planning on buying a module that you needed and you can't upgrade for a year, then you will not be able to buy that module for that version prior to 2013. So make sure that you do that at the right time. Before you upgrade, make sure you're current on your enhancement fees, because if you're not, there's going to be a big price difference, because your protected price list goes away and you will have to pay some fees to get current on your software. So then you'll pay the difference on what the old price and the new price is. It gets pretty ugly. So make sure you stay current on your enhancement fees. And then obviously to find out which packs you're entitled to, talk to your partner, see what you own. They will line you up with the correct pack that you're expected to receive. And once again, just only one module in any of those packs, the extended pack or the customization pack, you get the entire pack. So there's a lot of functionality that you're going to receive simply by going to the 2015 or 2013 perpetual licensing model.
Okay, so we're going to open it up to questions now, and we'll check the chat box and see if there's any questions in there. Okay, looks like we have a question. Does perpetual licensing apply to SL and CRM? No. Perpetual licensing is specific to Dynamics GP and NAV. It does not apply to SL. In the future, I think Microsoft is looking to do that, but as of right now, SL is still licensed for business ready, and CRM is the same as it's always been. So good question there. Let me check and see if we have any more questions. To get this, should I upgrade to GP 2013 or 2015? Tim?
I would suggest going to 2015 because the functionality is greater in that module. You can go directly from 2010 to 2015. From earlier modules, you would have to apply a couple source packs, maybe do an intermediate upgrade, but GP 2015, they fixed some things in there. If you're looking to use the web client, it's a much cleaner install right now, as well as there is additional functionality with their smart list builder. If you're not using it now and you want to use that functionality, that's much better in 2015. And some of the other modules that they are using in the system has been upgraded. So 2015 is probably the way to go, and it's not much of a difference in upgrades.
Okay, great. If you have any questions, please just type them into that chat box. It looks like we have another question. Will this change my enhancement? No, like Tim went over before, as long as you are current on your enhancement, it will stay the same. If you are not current on your enhancement, meaning you've lapsed, then you are going to see a significant cost rise coming into play with that because you've lost your protected list price. This is why we really encourage our clients to always stay current on your enhancement. I don't currently see any more questions. We'll just give it another second if anybody wants to type that in there.